whole minute. Okay, I guess we have. Oh boy, I don't really see how the volume is. So, after a little bit here, let's get things going here. Apparently, we're having network issues, and then we're having YouTube issues. YouTube wanting to use another platform to go live with outside source instead of having its own software like I'm using now. But so that's what we're going to look. Hopefully, everybody can hear us okay. Let's see if there's any way we can adjust the volume. This is just so. Basically, welcome to Inside the Nation Vidcast for the 2018 season. This is episode number 5. My name is Eric Thoreau. And as you may know, we're at a different location due to scheduling conflicts, transportation conflicts, technical conflicts that may not have been noticed that we would have had internet issues or network issues. There's one of my gigabit switches took up, and I had a big internet. So it's now done. So basically, hopefully we're back. Hopefully you're joining us here on this lovely Tuesday evening. It's actually warm here. It's 79 degrees here in San Jose. So I got up to 87 here. It's looking a bit hotter here. Yeah. But right now, football league. And that's why we're all here. And you may know by our screen cap that basically we have this to say. So I'm willing to put this on. Maybe I should have put it on earlier, but I'm not playing favorites to the team. We're all neutral, and we have neutral feelings to the team. Basically, Washington got their first win this season. Yeah, and it was great. And did you notice that also one of the plays got number 6 on ESPN Top 10? I just posted all 3 videos up on social media. So yeah, they were coming chopped at individual videos, so 3 videos. So I just edited them together, nice and clean, and I put them at one 46-second long video. So that's like our own little Nation countdown of it from ESPN. It's finally great that ESPN is finally recognizing this league. We need more recognition. That's one part of what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to have our little section of rant after we reveal what happened this past week. And why do you feel like there's so much talent in that chair? See, we're actually saying hi. So, basically, what that says. So, the Washington Valor were at the Philadelphia Soul. Normally, that was the later game. Was it the later game? Yeah, it was later game. It was Sunday. Yeah. And then Saturday was Albany game. Okay. But normally we would do the chronological order, talk about the Albany game, which was great. And both games were great down to the last minute. Yeah. I mean, literally down to the last second. The Washington Philadelphia wasn't really more down to the last second to where you had one play left with time running off the clock, and after that play it was expired. Yeah. It was more to the fact that there was a missed PAT, which can happen. Keep in mind that the goalposts are half as wide as the outdoor game, making it and even up higher off the ground, making it that much more difficult for the Arena Football League field goal kickers. That makes them just that much more talented. They still got the leg. They could easily go out and pull it out in the outdoor game. Yeah. Why haven't they been looked at more rarely? Who knows? That's just the outdoor game has their own set mindset, of what to look for in football players. Unfortunately, they don't see as the AFL guys being really high-end, but AFL guys are just as dedicated, just as talented as the outdoor at the outdoor players. So, and I think even more so talented because they're more willing to put more of their body at risk and show that they're playing for the love of this game with all the dives they go over the wall or just into the wall or running by the fans, and as they're running towards the end zone, they'll grab the fans' popcorn and eat a little snack on the way to get carb loaded. I know we had a Civic Cat player that finally admitted that sometimes he would do that intentionally just to get snacks from us. So with that said, the play from the Washington Valor game was Rodney Dangerfield. Sort of living up to his name, Danger. Yeah, Danger Roy Robinson. Danger Roy Robinson. Yeah. Not to age us, but I don't even know the title of that show. You didn't really know. I know, so I'm not going to say that. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, he caught the ball about the 25-yard line or so, and when he went over the wall, he didn't have the luxury of a fan game because he had the open bench area of the Philadelphia Soul. So he was diving into enemy territory when he caught that ball. Yeah. And of course, the Soul players and a couple of the coaching staff, I'm not going to help him. No matter how dangerous of that play that would have been, how he could have ended up really injured. Because we don't know where the actual physical benches are there, if they're still there for the players to sit down when they're not playing. Yeah. Or they remove those, because those benches, I think, are metal. And if he's going over, they're flipping at basically almost at full speed, and he flips over and hits that metal, that's pretty bad. So basically, that was the top play that made number 6 past weekend on SportsCenter. It's great. So number 8, what was it? Number 8 was the kick by Mark Lewis. Remember that onside kick that he did in Albany? Yeah. Was it? I think it was like towards the end of the first half. I think it was like 25 seconds or 30 seconds left in the first half. And he did that same kick. It's almost like the same kicking motion that actually Kenny Spencer did, I think, the week prior. So I wonder if Mark Lewis took that week because they knew that Baltimore was going to come back and play in the same building the very next week. Practice that, and he did it right back at Albany. Albany did that the week prior. Kenny Spencer did it. Kenny Spencer, I know Kenny Spencer. You know Kenny Spencer. You met him at the Arena Bowl in Glendale when he was at the time on the IR for the Arizona Rattlers. And I've met him prior times with the LA Kiss too, and he kicked for the LA Kiss. And he's a great kicker. He is just a great kicker, and he does a lot of tricks and he practices a lot. I see him on the social, which is good. That we're getting a lot of more social, push on the AFL players out there. And he's just kicking away. He goes out there, and no matter how hot it is, and he goes to a local, I guess, high school or whatever, or field that he has access to, and he kicks. But of course, he's kicking with the regular outdoor field goal, so it's a little bit easier for him to make them because he can't. There's nobody to have, arena football and it's outside. Very obvious. So, but he's keeping his leg strength. That's the whole main point. And I'm sure he puts like an imaginary line that, for him to try to target to where he wants to cross. The field goes up right. So what were your thoughts about the Washington game and how they won their very first game of the season?
Good win for that guy, and let's hope they continue that way. Continue the win rate. So, let's hope for 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
But it's still good. It's still a really good.
So, Arvell Nelson, do you think? Because the way I think was it when they were Nick Davila went out this season, they were up. I guess the way that Nick Davila went out in the scheduling of it was midweek, so they basically were now technically down to one quarterback. That was Warren Smith Jr. Okay, Warren Smith Jr. is basically now considered a veteran of that team, being on the second year of this team, but he's been backup both years. I think last year he came in a little bit later at the end because they had Sean Brackett as the backup behind Eric Meyer. And Sean Brackett is now, I think he's playing for some other league, some lower indoor league now. Unfortunately, he went down there and he's playing for Massachusetts. But I heard he's doing well statistically wise for that team. So good luck on him. Maybe he'll come back next year for the AFL and join the big boys. So basically, Warren Smith now has migrated up to being the backup, and this time maybe he thought he'll probably get starter, but Washington went on the offseason and got Nick Davila. And just to let you know, some of the monumental sports have Nick Davila at WF. Sorry about that. Yeah, we get a lot of things going on with the MSN guys not knowing the numbers of the players and mispronouncing them and all that stuff. But you got to keep in mind that they're new coming into this league too. It's easy for us veterans of the Arena Football League fans to come in and start criticizing them. They'll only get better as this league continues, and they'll get to know the player, they'll get to know the rules and all that stuff, and hopefully they'll get the better to be concentrating on the AFL and not so much promote offside sports. Even though they're the family, but to do it almost every single time on the MSN network, that's not good. But anyways, back to the point is that McDowell came in. He took over from what Warren Smith, and he was by choice that Warren Smith was already going to be the backup quarterback, for Washington. It was already known that's what his role would be going into this season. And then when Nick Dabler unfortunately went up to Philadelphia, once again, that's where we are now leading off. In the first time up there, the game was basically over with. So one, I don't know why at that time Dean Coquino didn't pull Dabler when the game was already pretty much in hand and Philadelphia had won the game. And technically, this is Arena Football, and anything can happen, as we've seen this weekend. But still, you got Nick Dabler as your so-called your franchise QB. And yet you still play him at the end of the game when the game can't, technically be over because Warren Smith came in to replace McDowell at that injury, and he threw that one touchdown pass, but still the game was still out of hand, and there was nothing that Washington can do to really come back on that particular situation. So now you're going forward a couple of weeks, and you have Warren Smith starting a couple of weeks, but then while you have Warren Smith taking over the play call, you also let go of the Coquinos. You let him go, and then you also get and you bring in the defensive coordinator as the interim head coach, and you bring him for it. Which a lot of people can say that could be better because he has his own style of what he would want to call the plays, and it showed that first game where he opened up the playbook. Even though the playbook across the AFL board is not that much different, but he could probably throw some little nicks and tricks on that. So now and then you bring in Shane Oscar coming in from that plane. Since he was with the Steel, I believe it was, and that's Portland Steel for you. Just for some of the fans that are maybe watching this in Albany, the Portland Steel was the last team in Portland as the AFL took over the team that was there. It was previously known as the Portland Thunder, and was owned by Terry Emmerich of Emmerich International. And he had no problem running the team. He had no issues. There was the league basically forced him out and basically just totally disrespected the entire Portland market. But that's a whole nother side story. That's a whole nother side that we can get on how things have happened with each individual team that have been shut down. But that's for another case and another show. So basically, Shane Austin's coming in, and now with this part, I just lost Coach Ballard. Lost his name. Benji McDowell. Okay. Cool. Brain fuck there. But that's what you get for having live streaming here. Basically, Benji McDowell comes in. He does open up the playbook because as you saw the play of Warren Smith that first game and how he just went bombs away to Reggie Gray 4 touchdowns. Those play calls were not being made by continuous previously in this season or even in last season when Eric Meyer or Sean Brackett were. None of that was happening on a consistent basis. So, when you call your plays compared to when you don't, that could be the difference in the league play. And now you come in and now I guess Shane Austin finally gets his start and he doesn't do well. I mean, his first start, he does okay, actually. He does okay. I mean, but he still loses to Baltimore, but he still he puts more points on the board and has the offensive curve going towards, but then he gets a lot of interceptions when he goes up to, up to Albany. He got a lot of interceptions and power, and then after that, that's when he was released. And then they brought in right away Arvell Nelson, who was on another. He was playing for a team in Richmond in the smaller indoor league. So another indoor league coming, but at least he was playing. He was active with his team, so he's fresher, or I guess more warmed up. I guess you could say more skilled, and then being rusty the way that Shane Austin was. But still, what are you gonna do? You're in a big old franchise change about mentality power, and then you go and do all these changes. It wasn't cool. So, how do you think that the switch to Ardell is going so far?
Yeah, I think it's yeah, it's going to be a real different. The places I find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think, from what I've heard, reports of in the locker room from the players, has the atmosphere has changed? They say the atmosphere has changed. Usually, when you have the head coach and then he has his staff that he wants to have under him, work with him, like Benjamin McDowell being one of them, it doesn't work. The whole crew needs to be revamped. But at this stage in the season, yeah, Washington's going to be in the playoffs. So we have the DC fans. If you're that hyped for the freaking Capitals winning the Stanley Cup, fill that same damn arena for a Valor game. Technically, the Valor game is more exciting. It's more scoring, higher scoring, more score opportunities, everything, more interactive too. And you still got the NHL and NBA still being technically corporate. AFL is not as corporate run; it's more fan interactive. They have their own fan bill of rights. You get to go meet the players after the game, on the field. I believe the Valor set up tables on the field actually. Yeah. So go support your team, DC. You're Washington's ninth man. You're supposed to be a football craze town. I mean, if you're supporting your Redskins and the Redskins are not that great, I'm sorry to former AFL alum Jay Gruden, who's the head coach. As a matter of fact, Jay Gruden of the Washington Redskins is an AFL alum. He played for Tampa Bay Storm and the Orlando Predators. So, and he's won championships for those teams. So, mainly with Orlando, except for the one that went up to Albany when Albany Fibers didn't decide to leave. But anyway, that's history. So, we want to see the Capital One Arena. When's the next home game for them? Are they playing at home this week? Give us a second here as you look it up. I believe Washington's at home this week. I know both games are going to be on CBS Sports Network, so we get to watch both games. The first game's on Friday. The second game is on Saturday. And I think the Albany game is on Friday. Oh, Friday. So it's Washington at Baltimore on the 15th. What day of the week is 15th? Yeah. Video calendar. That's Friday. That's Friday. So Washington at Baltimore is on Friday, and it's at Royal Farms Arena. Okay, so Valor fans, travel 30 miles north and go to Baltimore. Go to Charm City. Help fill that arena up. Show that the Baltimore fans are missing out. They need to show up. I don't know what can we do to get people to go to Royal Farms Arena. That arena isn't that bad where you're not going to fill it up. I mean, you fill it up for concerts, and other events that happen. Fill it up for football. You're supposed to be a football crazy town. Show your support. Show your love for football. And yes, this is real football. So this is a rival. So this is the battle of the Beltway, you could say. And I mean, we've seen that on the sign when the Giants were just in Washington playing the Nationals in DC, and then they had like the Orioles logo on the back on the stadium. I guess that's one of the next coming up games that was going to be at that stadium. And they said Battle of the Beltway. That's what they call it. Or we thought it was just Battle of the DMV, but Battle of the Beltway. For Brigade and Valor games. So let's go ahead and show you. Baltimore's ninth man show up, make some noise, man. Let's do it. Support your first place Brigade, which makes a nice transition. By the way, the game the Washington Valor won against Philadelphia in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center on Sunday was a 1-point difference. It was 49-48. Very well played game as far as from a back and forth action, not knowing who's going to stop at first. At first, we thought it was going to be a dominating game because basically, what was it? It was 28-7 at halftime, I think it was. And I think that's what it was. Let's go with this scoring box score here. Yeah, it was 28-14 or 28-14 at halftime. Okay, Philadelphia had. So a 2-point score, which is basically in arena football, is really nothing. And then Washington got the ball first, and that's where they came back and scored a touchdown on the opening drive, and then Pat Clark kicked it off the uprights, and they took a weird bounce off the tight nets, not the slack net, and it took a bounce, and they recovered. Washington recovered it in the end zone for another touchdown. That's where it gave them the 2-touchdown spread for the third quarter. What makes it that the Valor scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. That's the highest they've scored since I don't recall. I don't think they've ever scored that high in the third quarter. I know for the longest time this year we were saying that won't they even just score a field goal?
Yeah.
3 points or get a safety or something, So it's 49-48, great game.
Yeah.
It made it for a great watch. That was a streamed game. Of course, as every game, what I do is I either watch the game with Victor, if it's on TV, every now and then on stream or we're going up together. But what I do is I sit there, basically with my phone, and I live tweet the score updates.
Yep.
And also update the live scoreboard on the Ninth Man Nation website. So that way, and the Ninth Man Nation website is mobile, so you can get the live feed. You just have to refresh the screen just to get the update score if any updates have changed. But you can also get on our Twitter feed at Ninth Man Nation. That's where I do a lot of tweeting and some of the other stuff, like if there's an interception. If I have time, I try to do it as fast as I can. I may not do it if I'm doing it from mobile, but if I'm doing it watching the screen here on my computer, I'll do it and say interception, and I'll say, this quarterback will throw, and I tag the players that are involved in the play, just to try to create more interaction and more response within the Twitter atmosphere and get us more recognized up there on the feed search. That's what it is about tagging, and that's why I always tag the teams when I put the score up too. And I do the hashtag visiting team versus home team, and hashtag AFL31. Just a little background on that. Now, because that's where I had a perfect transition earlier to the previous game, which is Baltimore back at it again. Battle for first place, part 2. Baltimore Brigade at the Albany Empire. So basically, we have another battle on hands. This started out in the first half with Albany exploding out of the blocks. Even you thought this was going to be deja vu. In the week prior, when Albany controlled that game from start to finish.
Yeah.
But then what happened was it was tied. I think was it tied at halftime? No, it was not even close to tied. What I'm talking about. But we are seeing more scoring in the league now, so it's getting back to more familiar territory from the veteran AFL players and fans. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't just want to work. Hold on, some technical issues on my phone. Yeah, trying to get that right. There it goes. Now, okay. So at halftime, it was actually tied at halftime, 28-28. But what happened, it was Albany that came and was ahead, like 20-7. Then Baltimore scored, and that's part of when they did that onside kick. Mark Lewis towards the end of the first half, caused them to get the extra point and bring it to tie at the halftime. So, and that little kick that he did, where he ran past the ball a little bit and then put his kicking leg actually behind his plant leg and kicked the ball towards the dasher boards on the side, and it barely went past 10 yards. And upon initially looking, when he did that, I forget who it was. I think it was number 3, but I don't remember who it was that covered the ball. But he covered the ball, but by the time he had the ball, I don't think he was touched. I know he wasn't out of bounds as far as being pushed into the board. He could have ran that for a touchdown, but I think what happened, I think they called the ball hit the board. But if the ball hit the board before it was recovered, then it should be still the receiving team's ball. Right. That didn't happen. So I don't recall exactly the specifics on that. That game was broadcast on CBS Sports Network this week. Mm-hmm. So we will have to look. Okay, so we got sorry, we just getting notification on Instagram. So basically, with that said, it just seems that this game was going to be a barn winner, which we were hoping for. We were hoping for a good game. Victor and I, if you probably saw us on our social medias, he's got his Victor Ninth Man stream, and of course I got the Ninth Man Nation company stream, and we tagged in at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont. Basically, that's probably going to be our hotspot. I don't know about this week, but because it's Friday and Saturday, and we have some information about Victor's schedule that will detail about future live streams and all that. So with that said, it was just another great game. Baltimore and Albany. Albany's a powerhouse. Don't get me wrong. I think I went and replayed a clip that I posted on social media from a previous episode. I think it was from like 2 episodes ago, episode 2, to where Victor, we were saying what we're going to predict, and I was saying, Victor, you're actually going to call, Baltimore out as being an unbeatable contender, and then I had to cut it off before he actually said yes or no towards the end of the show. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, at our Vegas. Yeah, and we're also not at Vegas, so it's probably why we're actually in my office, my room, or in my house. So change of site. So, anyways, that was with the Baltimore game. The final score was 59-56. The winning decision was 56-56 until I want to say 5 seconds left in the game. Yeah, exactly 5 seconds left in the game. And then Mark Lewis, he's a great kicker. He's very accurate. And he came in and punched it through the uprights and he won it on the road, going home back to Town City, with Baltimore alone being a top. So let's just go over the standings here real quick. You could say we know that Washington Valor. I still say that they're in the cellar, but I'm giving them some love. Maybe the victory was a virus or a plague that was spread over from the capital of the hey, we won the Stanley Cup for the first time ever. Now it's your time to get off your asses and start winning games over there in Valor Nation. So yeah, Valor are 1-7. Philadelphia 4-4. So technically, Valor is only 3 games out from not being on the bottom. Mm-hmm. And then there are 4 games behind Albany, which Albany's 5-3, and then Baltimore is 6-2. So Baltimore has a complete 1 game head on Albany. I believe Baltimore has I think Baltimore only meet one more time in Baltimore. Yeah. Because Baltimore has played in Albany twice. Yeah. Albany has played in Baltimore once. Yeah. And Baltimore has beat them 2 out of 3 times so far. So right now, Baltimore has the tiebreaker. They would be tied from face-to-face matchup. So, because at that point, Baltimore was really on the roll, and they were beating everybody, except for the one loss that came was in Philly. Yeah. That's another whole thing about the Philadelphia Soul. There's a change there, which brings to that. They brought in Shane Austin, and as the quarterback they played this past Sunday against the Washington Valley. And going to the game, Shane wanted, let's just say that Shane wanted massive revenge on that. He was probably for the office going in. So, hopefully someone will get that. But they probably won't get. Maybe not. So, ignore that. You're going to hear that. Hopefully not. So, yeah. So basically, I apologize for the background noise if that was picked up. So with that said, I forgot. Yeah, Shane Austin was looking for revenge on Washington because the way he signed with Washington, played basically 2 games, and then got cut right away. Wasn't really given a full opportunity after coming off with basically almost 2 seasons off, a season and a half, I guess you could say, off season. And then Craig McGee, he was doing well and he was turning the tide for Philly. Yeah. I guess he's back up being the backup quarterback. So we don't know what's going to go on with Philadelphia, what Clint Roselle has in mind. That Shane Austin came in and he he threw a pretty decent game, but just wasn't there all the way. He had a few mistakes in the game too, a few interceptions. But we don't know what's going to go on for this upcoming week. What is it? Washington, Philadelphia is hosting. No, Philadelphia is at. You just looked at it, huh? Philadelphia is at Albany, right? Yeah.
For the next year?
Yeah, the next year. We know it's Washington Valor at Baltimore. So yeah, it's Philadelphia at Albany, because I remember them talking about, they want the revenge from the inaugural game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be another good game. Philadelphia's coming off a loss. Albany's coming off a loss. So it's like this transition going to watching that game. But let's do the game before that, which is the Washington Valor at Baltimore game. That's going to be a great game. Battle of the Beltway.
Yeah.
My concern is this is probably where I go off on my rant before I actually review the previews. Because I have to have my little rant. Is that the team and the league need to start marketing themselves. I mean, right now, I think it's just Albany is the only team that's really, truly all over the place. Philadelphia and so forth, but you got to look at Philadelphia now that their main ownership group is now the ownership group of Albany, and they're probably putting all their efforts, at least more concentrated efforts on Albany to try to get that place successful. I had a recent conversation with somebody in Albany, which I'll get to later on in the stream, that they said that their own place, they're on radio stations, they do their Thursday coaches that gets recorded at a local restaurant, and it's open to the public. And while they record the show, and it's Coach Keith, his little show on the ESPN radio affiliate out there. I think it's ESPN 104.5, which is the sister station to all 105.7. That's why the radio station is actually broadcasting 105.7 the games. So that's aired on Saturdays. And then they have the new series that just kicked off with Albany. I forget what it was called, but they have, at least they're over. They're on like 2 different television networks. They're all over the place. They're making public appearances. Coaching staff, the Albany Empresses are all over, but the PA announcer with Mike Fowler, he's doing his thing on social media. It's like I see a lot of them on social media. And what's good also about this is probably what I ranted before, is that when they're out in the public and they're doing stuff, I see a lot of them wearing the Albany colors and the brand proudly out there. And that's what needs to be seen. Now, in turn, coming back to Philadelphia, they're doing what they're saying, but they're not as much. From some of the players and some of the soulmates that I follow on like Instagram or some on Twitter, I don't really see them as much. Whether I catch them as they post it or I catch them later on when I scroll through my news, I don't see them as much. I mean, they're on there. There are more on there on game day or promoting it, but they're not on there during the rest of the week, and they're not wearing the Philadelphia gear as much. Some of the players do. They show some stuff in the locker room, all that stuff, but that's one thing. And then for Baltimore, like I said last week, I saw a Baltimore wide receiver at a Caps viewing party, I think it was, for the NFL when they're going to win. And he was wearing a Capos gear instead of wearing Baltimore gear, which could be safe because Baltimore and Washington don't fit, but still, they put his name up there and they say he's a Baltimore Brigade, but nobody knows who that is because they probably don't know who the brand is. So where we have, we're doing stream. See, we're wearing our National Nation gear that's going on by Under Armour. We have had Under Armour stuff on his. He's just wearing different style because we don't have a different style. It's okay, but we're still supporting Under Armour to make stuff, for the league, for the jerseys and stuff and shirts. And then this is not made up. This is made by something else, but this is something that team sent me last year. Basically, we have our own National Nation caps, and those are New Era caps, which are the official sideline caps of the league. So we've gone through our branding and we try to help out the league in that sense, and we wear our branding outside. Especially when we go to watch the game at Buffalo Wild, we're wearing our branding. And so the last week he was hyped up because of the Warriors winning the World Series finals. Yeah, so and today was the parade.
And then that
Capitals played last was yesterday.
Yesterday? No, it's today.
No, they had it. They had it. Was it today? I thought it was yesterday because I saw on yesterday on Fox News. They played it yesterday. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? They're not the Sharks. But congrats, Capitals. But anyways, yeah. So just if you can, if you're going to be out in appearances and public appearances and more out there, rep your team and get public knowledge. I remember seeing a wide receiver going to a Baltimore Orioles game, but he wasn't wearing Brigade gear. He was wearing Orioles t-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're going out just by you going out to the game there, you're supporting the game. But people are not going to recognize you, because that's just the way the AFL is. And as far as the marketing, they internally market themselves. Like the Facebook Watch, that's a great thing. But our Facebook Watch streams haven't peaked since week 1 up to 700 plus. This past week, I barely got to 400 people watching. I mean, yeah, on replay, and the way that Facebook counts views, you cannot guarantee on that as an accurate count because the analytics on Facebook are not true. If you're on your device, see, also more branding. I don't know if you have yours. You have yours? Yourself? Yeah, you got yours. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we got our branding. Yeah. Our phone cases to protect our important gear that when we go to games that we have to report on. Yeah. Basically, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. Okay. The Facebook Watch is a great platform. It's the step forward of streaming games on an open platform where it's publicly reviewed, like starting last year with Twitter, was great. But the way that Facebook reads the analytics, you could be scrolling down your Facebook profile app on your phone, and then as soon as you come across a feed from somebody's post, it's a video that's posted, it will automatically start playing. Even though you continue scrolling up right past it to the next feed. Yeah. By it start playing, that counts as a view. YouTube does not do that. They don't count that. What YouTube wants, like we're on YouTube, I'm a YouTube creator because I have other YouTube channels that I'm involved with. That's then sometimes it'll get me sidetracked. Like I have my own personal vlog channel, which I haven't done because I've been doing this now, which I'm going to probably be recording some more vlogs this weekend to catch up and all that stuff. But beside the point is that YouTube will want you to watch the whole thing from start to end. And that would be the viewer or the content creator on the YouTube channel better, like AdSense capability. If there's a monetization, and better push of that video, because the watch time and then the related videos to your channel will also get there. And that video will show on other people's channels that if it's related to their content. Yeah. And so forth. And that's how the analytics works. So now that's what I think. Facebook is a great thing. That's a great watch because it does have open exposure. But they should have done it on their main. They should have done the stream on their main Facebook page. You can stream on your page. Going to create a whole new page called Watch just because that's how Facebook is starting to do the video platforms. They're trying to do shows over there. We'll see. And then when they go and they create little 15-second videos of the upcoming game that's going to be on Facebook Watch. I've captured one, and they do it to 24 hours or so before the game. They already know the schedule. So all these little videos that they know that's going to be on Facebook Watch should be already basically pretty much edited and just basically waiting to be uploaded and go live on the channel or on the Facebook page. So what they should do is take that video and they should upload it to their Facebook page on a Tuesday, like today, for this upcoming game, especially since they were on, now it's on CBS, but they need to create one for CBS Sports Network. And, they do need to do it on the page. They need to do it on their Google Plus, which they do have one, but it's not active because they don't promote it. They need to do it on their YouTube channel. They don't promote it, but they have it. And YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world. They need to do it on their Twitter and their Instagram. They need to promote on all platforms upcoming games because you have people who are on said platforms that are not on the other, or they don't pay as much attention. They need to be on it, but they're not on it as much. If you create, I don't know. I don't think the AFL has a Snapchat. And I don't think the way that they're handling social media, they should. So, and that's one good point. And then they have, their AFL Now, their video platform on their website. Yeah. The mobile app is one thing. It's great. That's a start. But the video platform they have, what they're trying to do is OTT, but they're trying to do it internally, but nobody knows about it. So you have to reach out to, you have to be wanting to promote your thing on other platforms out there, make use of the free media out there. They need to take all those videos and copy them over onto the YouTube channel and structure them onto the YouTube channel and populate that with content. And then they'll reach a much broader, audience on YouTube, than they would keeping all the videos in-house. And then the VSIN stuff, which is a great sponsor and great deal, what they're doing with the point spreads and all that stuff. VSIN is doing these videos, but what they're doing is basically recording the stuff and then giving it over to the AFL, and then the AFL put it on their internal stuff. Instead, VSIN should put it on their platform too. Because I don't see, I have a VSIN. I don't see any AFL content on their VSIN. Yeah, even on the website, I don't see any of it. You don't see it? No, you don't see it. And I have an account with it too. So, and I don't see any AFL talk on there. You have to go to the video page on the Arena Football League's website and do it there. But when it's not doing their original content, it's VSIN's original content. So it just makes, this is what I do. And then each team, like, the MSN is a great concept, but it's only Washington native. It's not going to get your team exposed for people who, even in Washington, D.C., people may not know about MSN or don't care about it. They may go, there's probably more, I know that for a fact, because there's a YouTube content creator show that was there called Playlist Live that was in Washington, D.C. a few years ago, and that thing was packed full of YouTube creators. And there's a lot of YouTube creators in the D.C., the DMV area. Pick MSN for videos for both Baltimore and the Valor on their own individual YouTube channels. Put that content up there. Don't charge for it. Don't scare players away. You're trying to say that this is an affordable league, and yet in order to watch the content, we have to pay for it. That's not what we want. See, we're here on the West Coast, here in San Jose, and we're talking about a league that's on the opposite. We have nothing to do with the league locally because we have nothing here. So, it makes us to why we're even still doing this. Because we do have the love for the game. And we know that's going to come back here to San Jose, because why wouldn't they have it here in San Jose? It's the 10th largest city in the country. We're the largest city north of Los Angeles in California. So only Los Angeles and San Diego are larger than us as far as population-wise. But San Diego doesn't have, they have an arena that can play arena football, because they did in 2016 for one game. And then they had the AFC team there, the Riptide. So they have an AFL capable arena, but it's just not up to par as far as for maybe the internet pipe there, and it's an old arena. It's an old rundown arena. Yeah, it needs to be redone. So San Jose Arena is, what's considered to be the second oldest arena in the NHL, behind the Calgary, Saddleback. Yeah. So, but the way that San Jose we have kept up the arena, it still looks brand new. Yeah. They keep it really clean and really tight. They just need to now upgrade the video to 4K. And that's basically it. And maybe do some energy, conservation, solar panels or whatever. But with that said, San Jose will get an AFL team back. For a lot of people, because I saw a lot of people on the stream on Sunday in their Facebook saying SaberCats. So yes, they were coming from this area or whatever, or SaberCats fans. I said, well, SaberCats not coming back. Period. They're dead. The brand's dead. Fry family are using it for a junior football league. They're using the Twitter handle for a football league. So, it's dead. A new team from San Jose will have a whole different color scheme. They may be the same colors as the Sharks, if they're owned by the Sharks. If the Sharks ownership gets into it. Who knows what's going to happen. But all that said, going back to the branding and the marketing, they need to get outside of themselves. They cannot market internally. Albany's marketing outside. That's another good thing. I see on my personal Instagram, not my Nation, but my personal Instagram feed, I see an advertisement for Albany Empire. It's a sponsored ad. They do that. I don't know if they're doing that on Twitter, and I don't know if they're doing it on Facebook. They should be doing it on Facebook. Facebook is a little bit cheaper than Instagram, but I don't know how they're allocating a certain budget for certain things, but they're doing it, and it's like for the upcoming week. I'm sure I'll see something for this week's game against Philadelphia. But they're already doing some really nice promotion for this week. So they're hustling. As far as for the AF team that gets my hustler of the year, Albany Empire, Coach Keith, Les Voss, everybody there, just the hustlers for all the players, the Empresses, Mike Falvo, especially him. You know who Mike Falvo is, right?
Yeah.
The PA announcer? Yeah. So with that said, that's basically my little rant. You know, I have to have a little rant. You know, it's nice. Do you have anything that you think, from your perspective, that could go better, whether it be from each individual team or from the league or just in general? How can you take it? What's your thoughts?
I would say the NFL has to what teams support next season?
Yeah, I'm just talking about it's not necessarily.
Yeah.
But they could have 30 teams. But if they
At least,
let's say they have 30 teams.
Yeah.
Or even 100 teams, 2 teams in each state.
Right.
Or if you have 48 continental, that's 96. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's say they have that many teams, and they're all successful, deep-pocketed owners like they want, whatever. They're all financially stable as far as for history and all that stuff, playing history and all that stuff.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
But if the teams themselves do not market outside of themselves, just the way the 4 teams, well, 3, I guess you could say,
Right.
are doing right now, basically, what happened? Basically, that the AFL will not succeed. Because nobody knows about it, and they're all trying to go inside themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it. Did somebody join it? Yeah. Did you find out who it was? Usually this time it's usually, I don't know, it is him, but I think it's usually Tim Capper.
Yeah.
So what's your thought? Just concentrate on the 4 teams right now. We already know that there is going to be expansion.
Yeah.
We're not going to, get into the specifics of which marketplace or what, or if it's 2 new marketplaces and 2 returning markets, whatever. We're not going to worry about it. It's just going to be 4 teams from now on. Yeah. And then maybe we'll look at 9. But we can say for sure that Cleveland Gladiators are still active, but they're just doing community and they're still active on their social. They're still pushing the Gladiators brand. So yes, Cleveland Gladiators will be back in the AFL for all those naysayers. But the thing is, the progress of how the Piccolones, against that, you can call it remodel or expansion, because they're adding more room to either like the south end and the north end of the arena. Like 6,500 square feet on one end and 43,000 square feet on the other end, of the arena. So basically, Cleveland Gladiators will be back, but it's going to be in 2020. In time for the NBA season in 2019, going into 2020, that's when the arena will be back to normal, but that would be already after the 2019 NFL season, so that's too late for the Gladiators to come back. So they'll be coming back to the season after. So in 2 seasons. So Cleveland's 9th man, give me back and forth, fill out that arena, 18,000 strong. Let's hear 9th man go. We want to hear those you know how they do their touchdown celebrations? Yes. 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 So, but anyways, going back to my question to you, on the 4 teams right now, what can you see be done to improve going forward?
Yeah. Okay, Valley. Okay, let's talk about the Valley. We just gotta improve the scoring, but the defense is okay. And Baltimore, the best team in the AFL. The offense is clicking. Omar did a fantastic job with the players and the Albany. I guess Tom Brady. MVP. I didn't say it.
You're not gonna say it?
Yeah. Probably had to.
You don't have a prediction like you do with the Winter Bowl, huh? No. I think the MVP is going to be. Well, you can't say anything about Washington.
Yeah.
Having a true MVP there. It could have gone and said Nick Davidoff, but that's out.
It's out.
You can't say that with Philadelphia now with Dan Rodwell because he's out.
Yeah.
And so we don't know, but we wish. Hopefully, if they're still in the recovery process, and hopefully get well.
Yeah.
But now it's between Tommy Brady and Randy Pittsburgh. So as of right now, just because of what happened this past weekend, I think the MVP is sort of tilting towards Pittsburgh to be MVP. MVP as MVP. So
He's probably second.
Oh yeah, second, but that's not going to win you an MVP. There's no secondary MVP.
No.
I mean, and what if Randy Hooker gets sick, then he has to give the MVP to Johnny? And just because Tommy Brady's name sounds like Tommy Brady?
No.
No. No. So basically, you just think that they have good quality play all around. Yeah. But what do you think those sports teams need to do to, as far as from a marketing standpoint, to advertise and get fans and seats? Albany's pretty much steady. Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, they're pretty much steady. They're going still off the high of being back-to-back. They went for a few people. I'm sure Philadelphia fans want too, but they're still not getting the accolades that they have to solely deserve for that team. Yeah. So it's a lot of getting out of the fans in Philadelphia. Unfortunately, it's true. And it's honestly true. And you see, like the Philadelphia Eagles for the longest time didn't sell out that Lincoln Financial, and it's like they're winning records and competing for the postseason release, and then it's like going up. But that's with everything. Yeah. In every sport, you're gonna have your fair weather, and you're gonna have your bandwagons, and then you're gonna have your true fans that are there to take a thing. Even if what Cleveland Browns, they won the game last year. And yet the fans are still showing up to the stadium, especially the broadcast. Yeah. That's true fanship right there. Yeah. Those are over the years that they've been doing it for years. Yeah. And I'm still going to say that Cleveland Browns we're not going to make this into NFL, but I think Cleveland Browns are still going to have a sub 500 season this year because just the way they keep on drafting the same position with their first round and never included anywhere else.
Yeah, but they picked up from
but that's not going to help the wide receivers. Not going to help the Browns unless they improve on the offensive line, and that's where the problem is. Because the quarterback, no matter who the quarterback is, the offensive line, he's the protector and giving time to throw the ball. The wide receivers, they have the weapons on the wide receivers. They've had them. That's not the problem. The quarterback, not the problem. The play call is half the problem, but most importantly, it's a protection. So that's causes you turnovers. So, anyways, that's another outdoor league. I could go on about that and how but anyways, back to this. Let's go back and let's preview the games. So we got Washington, Valor Nation. Going for 2. We can actually say that going for a second straight win, but they're gonna have to do it up north in Baltimore, Kansas City. So are the boys in red, white, and blue going to do it? What do you think? I would say that. So you think Baltimore's just too tough with the way they are? Omar says it's not going to allow it. But you don't say that the fact that now this is going to be Arvell's. I think it is. Yeah. And I think this is Arvell's first time playing in Baltimore. At least as far as a member of Washington. I mean, he played Baltimore when he was part of the Gladiators last year. I guess because you have more of a mobile quarterback. I mean, he's not small for size. He's a big lug, but he's also been known to play linebacker, when he was with the Gladiators. He went to do a role. Okay, I gave Valor my credit. So by me taking my hat off means I'm going to say also Baltimore's going to win. I believe Baltimore's going to win. What do you say? Baltimore's going to win by how many points? 10 points?
Valor too critical.
I don't have faith in saying that Valor would win, but no, I don't see knowing Omar the way I know Omar, knowing James Rowe, I know him and knowing Cedric Walker and on his defense. Baltimore's going to win. That's what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say they're going to probably win by 7. So you're saying we're 10?
Yeah.
I'm saying 7. So that's what we got. And we're in there actually in the right place because we want to go more than an hour on the show. We got 5 minutes left. So really quick, now let's go to the next game. Philadelphia traveling back to Albany, capital region. Okay, who do you got?
I believe Albany.
Okay.
I would say
Albany by 14. Yeah.
Yeah. I always like to see those games, but I don't like to see
Yeah.
I just like to see big games.
Wasn't it no, I'm thinking of something else. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Albany. So you're saying Albany by 14.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Albany is gonna win this game too. They're gonna get their revenge. They're gonna be hungry, and they're also gonna be the way that they are. They're gonna be pissed for losing that game by a field goal.
Yeah.
That's at home. I'm thinking Albany's gonna win by 14. No, Albany's gonna win by 10.
Yeah.
You're saying 14. I'm saying 10. Previously you said 10, and then I'm saying 7.
Right.
So I'm going for the chicken score. But I think it's going to be another great game this whole weekend. Well-fought games. Now, let me just give a little teaser next week, okay? Real quick, we're going to end this live stream up momentarily here. Basically, next week will not be live. Okay, and the reason why is that because I did a conversation this past Sunday with the PA announcer, Mike Falvo. So Mike Falvo will be on our next episode, but it will be a pre-recorded episode with both me and Victor. We're going to sit down and arrange a schedule, maybe Monday after one of the games or whatever. And we're going to record the show, and then we'll edit. I'll show you how to do it because it'll just be his first time since this is his first year, be on the show, how it will be done with putting in input of a video clip in later. Yeah. But basically, I'm gonna have a segment. So basically, the segment between us two may not be as long, or definitely not be long, because the conversation I had with Mike was roughly around 30 minutes, and so I'll definitely cut that down a little bit here and there. I mean, I did have some technical issues. Initially, it was supposed to be a video chat with us, so that way I could transition and have his video feed be on there. I still can technically I can do that, but it didn't record my part of the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do his audio, and unfortunately we're going to have the audio version of him. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to edit that. So Mike Fowler will be our guest, the public address announcer, the voice of Albany's 9th man there in the Tiny Zoom Center. So that's going to be on next week. And then now as far as for scheduling, Victor's got a double-header job he's going into work actually tonight.
Yeah.
We want to congratulate Victor because he got a secondary job. And I'm going to say I guess we should be transparent on the real reason why we started nowadays. If you fell asleep.
Yeah.
So what we had a little bit. I did have a little technical issues because I did have issues with my camera not being caught up, and then also YouTube wanted to use a third-party streaming software to go live when usually they bought it in-house, and now we are in-house with YouTube. I'm going live. I don't have to use that software at all. But yeah, Victor has a new job, so we have to work out our schedules. So that I guess because of it starting this week, starting tomorrow with this new job. Basically, that's a good thing that's starting tomorrow, and then that in fact that our next show is going to be pre-recorded instead of doing live, so we can get acclimated to what the new schedule is going to be. So, of course, me and him, we're going to have to talk about that more a little bit off air here, off screen here, because it's more of a personal issue. But we will keep you updated on as shows happen. Like I said, next week's show is going to be pre-recorded, but it will go live up on the YouTube channel at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At the time it goes live, I may choose to go live on Instagram. And then if he logs in on Instagram, maybe we'll do a joint Instagram thing. Just cover up and announce it, and remind people. But we'll still be there, and we can take your questions there. But yeah, it's going to go live, and then of course the audio version of this will go live on our speaker and all our other platforms, including TuneIn Radio and iHeartRadio. We're still waiting for actually another platform, Spotify. We're in the process of being uploaded to Spotify, but that's how it's going to be right now. And if at this point, because we don't have a major production studio, we normally stream with my phone here, but we're using my webcam. It's the same resolution, 720p HD. Basically, I cannot do a live stream in, from somebody else's source. Like, Mike Falvo lives outside of Albany by a couple miles.
Yeah.
So I cannot bring his feed in via Skype and stream that live.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But it's been 1 hour, but that's what I just want to say. Just want to let you know that we'll keep you updated. Our normal hours will be 5:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for our live streams, unless otherwise for notice. I have to get caught up on what Victor's schedule is going to be, what his availability is, and what his availability is not, and the fact that he's working this new job, which is a standard Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. job, 8:35 minus lunch break and all that stuff. But but 5, and then that's going to be cut. He probably will not be able to make it down from his work in time to get down to our normal live streaming place, which is at Denny's in Fremont, which is closer to what his second job is, and whether that's going to change days or not, or whatever, we don't know. Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on our socials. Just follow us on social. We're on Facebook page, 9th Man Nation is the user handle. The number 9, like it is on here on YouTube. Same with Instagram. Same with Twitter. Snapchat, it's actually the name of our podcast, our vidcast here, Inside the Nation. Unfortunately, I could not start it with the number 9 because Snapchat, they're behind times. Unfortunately, that's a behind time platform. But with that said, that's basically it. That's all we have.
Yeah.
And so a reminder, this week's games, both on CBS Sports Network. Friday, it's the Washington Valor at Baltimore Brigade. And then Saturday, the big rival, the return of the Philadelphia Soul to the capital city to take on the brother team, Albany Empire at Times Union Center, and the block party that happens before them all the time. Yeah. So, with that said, we hope to see you we won't physically hope to see you, but we hope you watch the games. All right? Have a good night.